and welcome to creating oracle cards with Canva. I appreciate you guys for coming here for the masterclass, and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go through some quick, simple good to knows. The point of this masterclass is that I definitely love to lead with simplicity. So everything I'm going to teach, everything I'm going to show you should be simple for you to utilize. So you can go ahead and start designing your own decks just using Canva. I'm going to go ahead and in the second masterclass, the second video, we're going to go through printing options, and I go through good cost affordable options. So we can go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead at it. Okay. So like I mentioned, masterclass is in 2 parts. So in this first module, we're going to be doing everything in Canva. All right, this includes all of the Canva elements, right? We're also going to use an additional free resource if you prefer, but everything can be done in Canva, and I prefer to use Canva because, as you know, Canva is quick and simple. A lot of us don't have time really to do a complicated graphic in Photoshop and spend a lot of time. To be honest, guys, a lot of the time, if I'm designing new cards, I can spend creating a card, right? And it'll still look good because the method I use is very simple to follow and it's still a great aesthetic. Okay? So that's that. Okay? So I think one of the big questions print their decks is, can we sell commercial decks using elements provided by Canva? So I reached out to the Canva team. I've done internet research, and what I've received is yes, you can. So as long as you register for Canva Pro, you will get a license on the elements that allows you to use it commercially, right? So you can go ahead and sell on Amazon or Etsy straight away using Canva elements. It's no worries. However, if you desire ever to trademark your deck, that's where it gets limited, right? So if you have a copyright deck, that's totally fine, and usually that's enough, right? If you have a copyrighted deck, you can use Canva for your designs. But if you're ever looking to, I guess, scale, right, and you want to trademark your deck and protect it, for trademark specifically, Canva does not allow you to use their elements, right? So for this reason, for the second video, if there's anyone who's registered for this masterclass who wishes to trademark their deck, I have a pack of resources that you can download, right? Downloadable elements that you can use in your designs, right? Otherwise, I'll link you to some other resources. But like I mentioned, if you're getting started, you can just go ahead, use Canva Pro, and you can upload your deck right away onto Amazon, Etsy, and make sales and not have to worry about a copyright issue, right? It's only if you wish to trademark your deck, right? So that's one specification. So, and also, so for social media, you don't need to worry. Canva Pro will cover you. It's free for commercial use. You can use it in your Instagram, branding, etc. Okay? So if you want to double check your elements that you're going to use to make sure that they're copyright and trademark friendly or one or the other, right? It shows, I have a screenshot here. Oops. Just click on the 3 dots when you hover over any element, right? And then you can click this eye icon, right? That will show. And then it will show you the licensing information, right? So most elements, you're going to see this bubble where they allow copyright but not for trademark. But you can always double check if an element is available for trademark use if there's a check mark at that last portion here, right? 7x. But like I mentioned, about 90% plus of elements should be available for copyright usage with Canva Pro. So don't worry. You can go ahead and get started on Amazon, not have to worry about a copyright issue, right? It's only if you wish to trademark your deck. Okay? The technical support is available for lifetime access with this group. So feel free to post to the group with any of your questions, and me or another team member will be happy to walk you through your technical support. We also have Zoom call options available for lifetime if you want to book a call with me, and we can go ahead and get through anything you're having trouble with, right? Because I think one of the most important aspects of coaching is definitely supporting you to where you want to be, right? Okay. So finally, thank you for being here. I appreciate your interest. I appreciate you guys. I'm excited for everyone here. I look forward to seeing your work. Please don't be afraid. You are seen. You are heard. You belong here, right? You are enough. Nothing you post to the group will be ridiculed or judged, right? We're here to support each other. I'm here to support you. So don't be afraid to share your work. Don't be afraid to not know something. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself. Everyone receives a response to their posts. No one will be left hanging. So it's all about you and executing your tarot or oracle project, right, guys? So that's all to begin with. Just a few good to knows before we start. Just a few concerns we've addressed. So thank you so much. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to build out 4 spirit animal oracle cards just using Canva, right? Okay, guys. So first things first, right? For Instagram, we're going to start with Instagram visual. Then tomorrow we're going to do print, right? So we're going to go ahead and the dimensions of our IG post should be 1080 by 1350. So I'm going to head into Canva. I have Canva Pro. I'm going to hit create a design. You may want to create a folder if you're starting a whole other deck, right? So go into your my projects, right? Right, folders. And then you can go ahead and create one. Sorry guys, trying to figure out. I thought you can create a folder straight from here, but I guess not. Yeah, so when you hover over any thumbnail, I'll show you guys again. You can go move to folder and could create new here. So you can put tarot deck. This is the way I'm seeing it. If there's a different way, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So there we go. We have our tarot deck folder. So then you can go ahead and you can have your cards in here, right? Or you can do it all in one Canva file. I'll show you. So let's go back to home. Let's create a design. Custom size 1080 by 1350, right? And that will be dimensions for Instagram. Okay, so we have our thumbnail here. So this will be for Instagram branding, and then tomorrow we're going to convert it for print. Okay, so we'll do all the sizing tomorrow, and then tomorrow we're also going to design the back of the deck, right? Because that's for printing. But today, we're going to do strictly visual, strictly on Instagram, using Canva elements and additional resource that I use. So, sorry about that, guys. That was my cat. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we're going to start. So I'm thinking I want like a holographic. We're going to follow the holographic, like airy-fairy, like pastel kind of aesthetic, right? So this is what I'm going to do. So I like to use this website called Raw Pixel for a lot of cool elements, and these are all good for commercial and copyright use, right? I reached out to a team member on Raw Pixel to verify. So you're free to go ahead and sell decks that include their elements, right? Just not for a trademark, the same as Canva, right? So what I'm going to put, I'm just going to search something like holographic background, right? and that we can use for our brand, right? Right, and this is something like this is really cool too, right, guys? You might hear my cat throughout this recording. Right? I think this is a cool like background for an oracle card, right? You can look at the related ones here, and these are beautiful as well. Like this crescent moon looks amazing, right? These are all great that you can use in the background, and they're free for your commercial use, right, guys? So go ahead. I'm going to copy mine directly, but you may want to download it in the full size for print, right? But I'm just dealing with Instagram right now, right? Just to be quick on this live, but I recommend downloading the raw files so they're maximum quality, so you can go ahead and convert it to print, right? So I'm going to paste in the image. All right, I'm going to twist it, something like this, right? So we have this cool, all right, let me try. I think this is still, that's good too. Right? So first things first, the first step is get your background texture, right? Go on Raw Pixel and search for background. Up a holographic background, you can search spiritual background, you can search space background, right? Pastel background, celestial background, astrology background, right? You'll find good aesthetic backgrounds that you can use for your tarot decks, right? This is very pretty, right, guys? So next, I like to layer my background texture with something else to give it more dimension, right? Because we don't want just plain backgrounds. We have to change the element in some way, right? Elements, I'm going to search for holographic again, right? Holographic, and find something cool. Maybe I can paste in the middle, right? Or on top of it, and that we can layer on. That will make it more interesting. Let's see. This is cool, right? Because these elements we're gonna layer adds extra color as well. It kind of changes the color too, right? Let's see this. This is cool too. So let's try to twist something like this. All right. And then now it's on top. We stretch it to cover our background, right? In Canva. We hit this transparency icon on the top right, and we're gonna adjust it, right? Right? So this is 0, and then I'm going to layer something on top. Right, so you see you have a bit of a pastel ambience that's happening now, right? Okay. Oops, okay. So you can layer it perfectly like that. And then next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for something like nebula, right? And this is really cool to layer as well, right? So I'm going to get one that sticks out to you, right? Like I like this one, right? And you see how it's starting to build like dimension, right? Let's see magic recommendations, right? So you can keep playing with them and see which one you like. Okay, so we can go put it like that. then we have like a gorgeous visual. We can adjust the transparency again so it blends in, right? Like 60. There. So you guys, now we have like, and you see guys, that could have taken under 5 minutes. A very simple procedure. Get your background from a pixel, layer it with another holographic element, and then layer a star nebula on top or something of that liking to get more dimension and aesthetic to your tarot deck, right? And you see, just took some simple adjusting the opacity, and there you go. All right, guys? So easy done. Now we have like a background established, right? So now we can add more cool elements to make this good, right? So let's search for like crystals, right? Like we're following the spiritual aesthetic here. So let's search for crystals. Alrighty. Like this is gorgeous, right? And then we can put that even in the middle of the nebula. And bam, right guys? This could even be the back of a tarot deck, right guys? So let me see. I'm going to try to put that maybe a bit higher. Here. Do it like that. Have something like that there, right? So you can go ahead. You can even layer your brand name or something on top of here. If you're doing like IG for Instagram, right? Now let's look for more, right? Now let's search for celestial in our elements, right guys? And we're going to go ahead. Ooh, even this is a great background too, right guys? So feel free, you don't even have to go to raw pixel. You can even look in Canva, honestly. I just like raw pixel as like an additional option. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead. We can do this cool like halo, right? I want to do a cool halo. You can even paste a photo of yourself, and then like put this halo and crystal behind your head, right? And that'll be a cool aesthetic look, right? So I'm going to adjust the color of these rays because it's orange. I click this orange color here, and I can look at the photo colors here, right? Because these are cool too. I think I'll just stay with this cream. I'm going to hit position and then backward. And there we have this cool halo effect, right? And this cool, it's really cool effect. So now I'm going to go ahead and you see guys, we've taken so little time and we have a great aesthetic going. So all I have to do is just follow like that simple procedure, right guys? Just layer on elements that follow your aesthetic. It's so simple. And you guys can go ahead and create a bunch of decks with this, a bunch of cards very easily. So now we're going to add our spirit animal, right? Our subject. So I'm going to search an elements animal, right? We're just going to look for our spirit animal, right? So like this photo, right? I'm going to take real photos and then I'm going to do this cool hummingbird, right? I'm going to go edit image. And then we hit background remover. This will crop out this brown space around that hummingbird. So background remover. Okay. So I'm actually maybe going to move the elements a bit lower. Right, and then I'm going to layer this. Right? So I just position that to the center. You can do it manually if you missed that. I'm just repositioning my elements to the center of the deck. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to put this here. Okay. And boom. Right, guys? Now I'm going to actually click on those rays And I'm going to add more dimension. I'm going to go to edit image. And I'm going to use okay, this does not have, so sometimes you're allowed to do like drop shadowing to some elements, like you can add a glow, but this one isn't letting me, so I'll forget about that for now. Let's click here on the hummingbird and click edit image. There you go. So I'm going to click shadows, right? That wasn't available in the last element, so it's kind of hit or miss, right, guys, on certain elements, so I just have to work with Canva. So let's click on the hummingbird, click shadows, right, and hit glow, because I want to make it stand out, and I think we're going to make it glow white. So I'm going to change the color to white, and let's open the size and set the transparency so it's more noticeable, maybe at 100. We'll increase the blur. There you go. So now it's just more noticeable and has a cool effect, right, guys? There you go. And I'm going to maybe set the opacity to like 90 so it blends just a little bit, right, into the background. Okay. There you go. So lovely, right, guys? And if the animal doesn't necessarily match with your static background, you can go to edit image, right? And you can go into the filters here, or into duotone, right? Or under the photogenic, it can change the color of it, right? Like you can do it more like this.